Do you know the tingle of a lover touching your skin? Or a father holding you close in his arms? The golden light of pure freedom. The blood-pulsing rage shooting into your fingers, ready to fight. The sweat running down your spine from pure anxiety. The clenching pain in your chest of a breakup. What if I told you that could all come in the form of a simple wave? Music. What I like to deem the standalone art. While every art is beautiful, valuable, and impactful in its own way, music can stand on its own 2 feet and needs no crutch to make you feel something. I am a lover and performer of the theatrical and visual arts. And while a fantastic performance, animation, or painting can tell you a story, there's always the cherry on top that's a soundtrack behind it to cement it into your being, into your memory. Don't believe me? Why do you remember this most when I say Disney? Part of your world, the bare necessities, colors of the wind, let it go, and all of the music behind our childhoods. Adults and children alike are captured by the music of these films because they are impactful, dramatic, fueled by emotional remembrance. To this day, I remember the lyrics to all my favorite Disney songs. I remember them all the way into the present, even when I haven't heard them in years. Even songs that aren't inherently emotional, but were given that emotional attribute because of the media they were attached to, which emphasizes my point about the symbiotic relationship between media and music, like I Need a Hero, or anything from Smash Mouth, all because of Shrek. I feel like the soundtracks are so memorable because of their ability to both produce emotions and feed off of ones that were already there. One Disney song that I absolutely love as both a lover of arts and musicals, Hellfire, by Frollo in The Hunchback of Notre Dame. This is one of the heaviest songs I have ever heard. To me, it's like being licked from the base of your spine to the nape of your neck with a cold, burning tongue and blackened teeth sinking into the crook of your neck while it grasps at your breast. It's predatory and dark and lustful. What makes this song so impactful is that it's relatable, real, raw, the embodiment of the human condition. It's something that man has struggled with for an eternity, the burning lust of flesh mixed with an egotistical pride and deformed sense of morality. Rage and fear mixed with desire. Hellfire is simply a masterpiece of music. In turn, Esmeralda's God Help the Outcasts, in a direct comparison, sits on the exact opposite end of the spectrum. A woman who is looked down upon for her background and culture, who is persecuted for the only thing she knows. She is faithless to the God that Frollo serves, the God that Frollo believes by default makes him righteous and correct. And though she's faithless in him, she is still humble enough to bow her head and plead for mercy for her people out of compassion. Esmeralda is not evil. She's only different. Her heart is open and sorrowful. Her pride is laid on the floor. Her song reflects the pain of generations, of thousands of people who suffer persecution at the hand of the church. I genuinely cannot think of or write about this song without shedding tears. even now. Both songs are beautiful, full of weight and emotion. Both tell a story. Neither better than or worse than the other, they just are. They are stories of the past, feelings in the present, and hope or dread of the future from two completely different people. But no matter how sad or dark they are in their own ways, how beautiful is it that the same medium can be used to express such different opinions, experiences, and views. I feel like anime does this really well. One of the most memorable things about anime, other than usually the art style, is the opening and closing themes. One of the opening themes that gives me this beautifully, tragically sad feeling is the opening to Trigun Stampede. While I'm not fully sure of the English translation, the heartfelt, and for lack of better description on my part, tone of the voice of the vocalist is just so beautiful. The song has an energy of push and pull, and I just feel like it fits Vash and his struggle of balancing morality with justice perfectly. The opening to Demon Slayer, how it starts off a bit slow, and has a gradual build-up to this burst of energy that just makes you feel the heaviness of the world, and then release it in a boom of excitement and energy and movement. Makes you want to pick up a sword and fight with all your might, just like Tanjiro. Jujutsu Kaisen's opening is another one of my big favorites. It's dark, but at the same time, it's so hype. It makes you want to get up and punch and kick and laugh and cry and fight. It makes you feel like a part of the world. I suppose this might sound silly to some people, especially using anime and Disney as a hard point to bounce off of for my points here, but it is what it is. You can't deny that these soundtracks are genuinely iconic. They speak for themselves. The feeling. So I don't want to come off as quirky or different or whatever. I don't want to claim anything untrue. I don't believe that I have, nor am I diagnosed with synesthesia. Or maybe not to its full extent, but I know what I feel, and others can't feel what I do, only what they do. But when I hear these songs, when I hear certain music, those songs that I feel the vibrations start flowing from my chest to my fingers, the ones that send vibrations from my head to my hips, from my core and exploding outward into my fingers and toes, those are consistent patterns that I feel with individual songs, and each time the feeling is the exact same. I love when I close my eyes and I can see the music colorfully dancing around in my head in circles, pulsing and wiggling and circling around. Now, I'm also a dancer, and I have been since my youth. I've always had a love for movement and expression through the body, so it's both a good and necessary thing for me to love and appreciate music, because if I didn't, it would be hard to use the waves in my body. All that dancing is the expression of sound through movement. You are the conduit of the invisible waves within the atmosphere. And the beautiful and fascinating thing about dancing is that everyone's expression of those waves is different. What a grand and amazing concept, right? The craft. Music has been a staple of human expression since our beginning. It is a method of expression, storytelling, and connection between all races of people throughout generations. If there's one thing that brings us all together, it's the arts in general, but music is often the most easily and commonly passed down methods of communication. Every human has a song in them. Even if they have no innate musical talent, everyone has a song, a story, words that cannot be fully expressed without a tune, whether somber, broken, enraged, joyful, or loving. Love songs exist because there is love within the hearts of people that words alone cannot express. Now, I'm a Christian. This is known. You can skip this section if you don't want to hear my opinions on music from a spiritual perspective, but I have to put this in there. God's most loved angel, who fell from heaven, Lucifer, was the head orchestrator of all music in heaven. God himself loves music so much that his previously right-hand angel was in charge of the praise and worship of him. God, it says in the Bible, loves the tune of human song in his name. Isn't that just gorgeous? To be created by an omniscient God who loves music so much and so deeply that he gave us the gift of an angel to express our love, our pain, our anger, our sadness, depression, anxiety, thoughts and feelings, and to tell our stories through. Music is a very spiritual and foundational element to our existence. Music can move nations. Music can create a revolution. Music can welcome in a life, and music can usher a life out. Music praises the Creator. Music is alive. Music is a gift. Music lives in you. What is your song? I saved in the basement. I figured out how to get to the basement. Let me recap you guys real quick. Ran from the train, basically went straight to the church.